Palestine.
Welcome to the Bibao Corner. Welcome to each and every one from the Bibao Posse. See? Man called Peter Melcher walks in and saying,
not just for men, but also for women who, women know very well. Also take highly insightful on a number of levels. Can we have another round of applause? And that's how I'll hand over the studio to Isis. If you could welcome her.
Greetings and salam alaikum to everyone. I was asked yesterday by Suhan to speak, and when I was asked actually by Lizzie how I'd like to be introduced, I said to say that I am a mother, a sister and a daughter, and I thought that's really important because my role today is really to speak about the importance of solidarity with women in Palestine, women who are mothers, sisters and daughters, and I think both Heather and Yvonne have given quite clear descriptions of the strength and power of these women in resisting the struggle. So, I think I start off by saying that for me, I became politicized probably in the early 80s when I was a teenager, and I kind of went on some CND marches, and then I went along to a couple of there was a man called David Alton who tried to introduce quite an oppressive piece of legislation against women, and I was involved in resisting that. But my real turning point came in the I think it was about 87 when I joined an anti-apartheid group, which was quite a militant anti-apartheid group, the Non-Stop Picket. And for me, I, as a woman of African descent, an African Caribbean woman, was horrified to see what was happening to my people in South Africa. Again, if we look at the parallels between what's going on in Palestine, what we see as an apartheid system, it's exactly the same. People's land have been occupied, people have been displaced, they've had their culture, they're attempting to destroy their culture, take away their history, and to propagate lies. And the worst part, of course, is that both like in South Africa now, with apartheid occupation of Palestine, you then have the support of the British and the American and the international governments in these atrocities. And for me, the important thing is that if we stand against oppression, against inequality and injustice for one group of people, it doesn't matter who they are. It's an international struggle. We used to say an injury to one is an injury to all, and a victory for one is a victory for all. And for me, that's really important. And I think too often we, as people, we look at struggles, we look at injustices purely from the point of view of who we are, who we see in the mirror. So we look at the people and we think, well, they look like us, therefore we should stand with that cause, we should stand with that struggle. But the important thing is that, as I said, injustice and inequality, what's wrong is wrong. It doesn't matter who the people are. Whether it's my sisters, my daughters, other mothers in Palestine, or in any other part of the world, in the Congo, in Haiti, in India, in Pakistan, anywhere in the world where women, or people for that point, are being oppressed. We have a duty as people who take this political stand. I mean, I don't want to label anyone, but I think I'm looking around the room and I'm seeing people who have more of a left approach to things. So people like us, where we see injustice taking place, we have a duty to stand up, and we should be prepared to look beyond who the people are and look at the cause. It's interesting, I looked at some statistics and saw that since 1967 they quoted that over 15,000 Palestinian women had been kidnapped and imprisoned. Now for me, that's a vast number. 15,000 women, mothers, daughters, and we've already heard from the other speakers the importance of a woman's role in the family and in the culture and the grounding of a nation. Women who are imprisoned as political prisoners are tortured. They're beaten, they're often rape is used against them, they are subject to atrocities that none of us as women over here would like to go through or to see our sisters or mothers or daughters going through. And there is a commonality again. You can look at any struggle of people. If I look at the Irish struggle, I'd say I'm very proud to support the Irish Republican movement, and I always did through the 80s, and I still support that cause. We saw many of these instances as well against Irish women, who are very similar looking to the English ruling people in this country. However, by the virtue that they were standing up for their cause, for their struggle, and for their liberation, they were also subject to torture and to oppression. So coming back to the point, I think it's really important that we put aside divisions and we stand with struggle wherever we see it, and we understand that if we support our own struggles individually, wherever we're from, we should be able to take an international perspective. We should be big enough to be able to see the similarities and look past the differences. I don't want to labour too long because, as I said, I was only asked to speak yesterday, but I found something that I thought was quite relevant. It's from something called Black Like Me, a book that was written by a man in the 1950s, a white man who was travelling through the south of America during the segregationist times, and he basically disguised himself as an African American, or Negro as African American people called, and went and experienced segregation from their point of view. It's a brilliant book, I'd recommend it. And what he says in one particular place is, I believe that before we can truly dialogue with one another, we must first perceive intellectually and then at the profoundest emotional level that there is no other, that the other is simply oneself in all the significant essentials. And I hope that's clear, because for me, again, I'll quickly sort of plagiarise or pirate somebody else's style, as it were. There's a film that comes to mind. I don't know if anyone's read the book A Time to Kill or seen the film, but there's one particular scene at the end where the story centres around a young black girl being raped by a racist in the south of America, and the father of the child who's raped kills the men who raped his daughter, and of course he's being tried by an all-white jury for the murder of 2 white men. And in one of the closing scenes in the courtroom, the lawyer, who's also white, asks the jury to close their eyes, and he recounts in graphic detail the horrors that were perpetrated against this black child by these 2 white racists. I mean, absolutely disgusting, I won't go into it. But what he then does is he says, now imagine that she's white. And I think that's the point. All of us, whether we're Palestinian or not, we have a duty to look and see and to celebrate the struggle of women in Palestine for their independence and for their right to self-determination, and to basically stand with them and support them. So thank you for allowing me to speak.
Thank you very much. That was deep. It's really important for us always.
Now, coming back to what's the future for the Zionist state, as it were. I suppose I have to echo somewhat what Sukkot said, really. For me, ultimately, struggle for self-determination is in the hands of the people. So I would look to the people of Palestine, I would look to the people currently fighting revolutions across the Arab world and across North Africa, and look to them to deciding how to move forward and how to take the freedom of Palestine forward. With regards to the divisions between Hamas and the PLPF, is it? I remember when I was younger and I was an activist, it was PLO. We were PLO supporters. And obviously over time we've seen a change in the political structures within Palestine and those governing it. My understanding is the division seems to be, well, it's multifaceted, but on a simple level it's to do with maybe one party being more Islamist or having more of an Islamic approach than the other, and one having more of a socialist, if you want to call it, leftist approach. For me, those issues are really minor. The real issue is the economic interest of the West. And coming back to what Sukkot was saying, the English or the Americans' interest. And I think that every revolutionary struggle that I'm aware of, and I don't pretend to be an expert, I can see that where they failed, where divisions are sprung, it's been at how can I put it, it's been contrived and manipulated by American interest, by British interest, by European interest. So again, I think it's really, we need to step aside or put those, what I would call minor interests in the real terms aside and look at the interests of the people as a whole. I don't think